In the electrical trade, permits are essential for ensuring work is performed correctly and in accordance with established codes and regulations. The responsibility of purchasing the electrical permit generally falls upon the electrical contractor. This is a standard practice implemented to maintain accountability and ensure that the electrical work adheres to the required safety standards and local regulations. The electrical contractor's role encompasses more than just the physical installation of electrical systems. It also includes navigating the administrative aspects, such as securing the necessary permits before commencing work. This process involves submitting detailed plans and specifications of the proposed electrical work to the relevant authorities, such as the local building department or electrical inspection agency. These plans are reviewed to ensure they comply with the applicable electrical codes, such as the National Electrical Code, or any local amendments to it. Once the plans are approved, the electrical contractor is issued a permit which authorizes them to proceed with the electrical installation. The permit serves as a formal acknowledgement that the work will be subject to inspection by qualified electrical inspectors. These inspections are conducted at various stages of the installation process to verify that the work is being performed in accordance with the approved plans and the applicable electrical codes. The inspectors check for compliance with safety standards, proper wiring techniques, correct equipment installation, and adherence to all relevant regulations. If any deficiencies or violations are identified during the inspection, the electrical contractor is responsible for correcting them promptly. Failure to do so may result in penalties, such as fines or stop work orders. The permit also provides a record of the electrical work that has been performed, which can be useful for future maintenance, repairs, or modifications to the electrical system. It also provides assurance to the property owner that the electrical work has been inspected and approved by qualified professionals. The reasons for assigning the responsibility of obtaining the electrical permit to the contractor are multifold. Firstly, the contractor is the party directly responsible for the electrical work being performed. They possess the expertise and knowledge to ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and regulations. Secondly, holding the contractor accountable for obtaining the permit ensures that the necessary inspections are carried out. This helps to prevent substandard electrical work and reduces the risk of electrical hazards, such as fires or electric shock. Thirdly, it streamlines the process of obtaining permits, as the contractor is familiar with the local permitting requirements and procedures. This can save time and effort for both the property owner and the local authorities. Furthermore, the cost of the electrical permit is typically included in the overall cost of the electrical work. This ensures that the property owner is aware of and prepared to pay for the permit as part of the project. It also prevents any misunderstandings or disputes regarding who is responsible for paying for the permit. In some cases, a homeowner may attempt to obtain an electrical permit themselves. However, this is generally not recommended, as homeowners may not be familiar with the applicable electrical codes and permitting procedures. Additionally, homeowners who obtain permits may be held liable for any deficiencies or violations identified during the inspection. It is always best to hire a qualified electrical contractor who is experienced in obtaining permits and performing electrical work in accordance with the applicable codes and regulations. The electrical contractor should have a valid license and insurance to protect the property owner from liability in the event of an accident or injury. When hiring an electrical contractor, it is important to verify their credentials and experience. Check their license to ensure that it is current and valid. Ask for references from previous clients and contact those references to inquire about the contractor's workmanship and professionalism. Obtain multiple bids from different contractors to compare prices and services. Be sure to carefully review the contract before signing it to ensure that it clearly outlines the scope of work, payment terms, and warranty provisions. The contract should also specify who is responsible for obtaining the electrical permit. Before the work begins, discuss the project in detail with the electrical contractor to ensure that they understand the requirements and expectations. Ask questions about their experience with similar projects and their knowledge of the applicable electrical codes. Be sure to obtain a written estimate of the total cost of the project, including the cost of the electrical permit. throughout the project to maintain open communication with the electrical contractor. Ask questions if anything is unclear or if there are any concerns about the work being performed. Be sure to inspect the work regularly to ensure that it is being done to the expected standard. Once the electrical work is complete, schedule a final inspection with the local authorities. The electrical inspector will verify that the work has been performed in accordance with the approved plans and the applicable electrical codes. If the work passes inspection, the inspector will issue a certificate of approval, which is a formal acknowledgement that the electrical installation is safe and compliant. The certificate of approval should be kept in a safe place, as it may be required for future maintenance, repairs, or modifications to the electrical system. In summary, the electrical contractor is typically responsible for obtaining the necessary electrical permits for electrical work. This ensures accountability, compliance with codes, and safety of the electrical installation. When hiring an electrical contractor, it is important to verify their credentials, experience, and insurance coverage. The contractor should also be able to provide references from previous clients. The contract should clearly outline the scope of work, payment terms, warranty provisions, and who is responsible for obtaining the electrical permit. Open communication with the electrical contractor throughout the project is essential to ensure that the work is being done to the expected standards. Once the electrical work is complete, a final inspection should be scheduled to verify that the work has been performed in accordance with the approved plans and the applicable electrical codes.